Hey, welcome to Geek News episode 44. My name is Jay, joined by Philip, Mike, Dan, and friend Rondell. Max is MIA, but hopefully he will be joining us soon because, it's not a podcast unless Max trashes Gotham or says something racist. So, yeah, let's just get right into this. So news broke this week that, the Spider-Man casting, we went over all that yesterday, or last week, but Marvel has announced that Spider-Man will be heavily influenced by John Hughes. So, Mike, what are your thoughts on this news?
I like that picture. Um, Fine. If it's going to be high school, might as well go for some classic high school movie type vibe, and John Hughes was definitely the voice of that generation. I don't know if that'll be very translatable to high school kids these days, but whatever. I'm all for it. Honestly, the kid's got to win me over in Civil War first before I'm even remotely interested in wanting to follow him as Spider-Man. So let's see how he hangs out with the big kids in Captain America 3 first.
So with the whole John Hughes, me and Dan were tossing jokes all day today. But with the whole John Hughes, influence, we're gonna get Molly Ringwald and Anthony Michael Hall in this movie, or Judd Nelson, or Emilio Estevez. I know
Judd
Emilio
Nelson,
wants to work. What's that, Mike?
Judd Nelson for Uncle Ben, Molly Ringwald for Aunt May.
Yeah, Aunt May. That's what I was saying.
I just
Um,
wanted Judge Reinhold in it somewhere. That's all.
Judge Reinhold could be the police chief.
Nah, Judge Reinhold should be Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
Get McConaughey. I was just watching Clerks the animated series, in the episode where Judge Reinhold is the judge at like a trial, and yeah, dude, bring Judge Reinhold back as a supervillain.
Have you seen that episode of Arrested Development where he's Judge Reinhold and he has a judge show? Dan, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, the Judge Reinhold one on the Arrested Development was awesome. But
He is neither a judge nor has he ever sat on a bench.
I like Hughes's movies for the most part. I don't see that going well with what I want Spider-Man to be, but what the hell? Go for it.
Um, yeah, I think it would be different and refreshing. Hopefully they do something like that at least. I don't know necessarily that I have to see it in this universe, but just the fact that it's different sounds kind of cool. At least they're trying something new. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure how I'll feel about the whole universe, but again, I need to see it because it's been a while since I've seen a John Hughes movie, and today's, or trying to be modernized, I guess. So we shall see.
Rondell, your thoughts? Before I give mine?
We'll see how it plays out. Like I said, I kind of agree with Mike. I want to see Spider-Man and Civil War first.
Yeah. I have a feeling we're not going to get as much from him in Civil War as I think we were all hoping, but apparently he had to report to set immediately, and him and Robert Downey Jr. were doing stuff prior to the official announcement. But, John Hughes, I'd rather it be influenced by John Hughes than some of these more recent high school films like, High School Musical, stuff like that. John Hughes was a master of his craft. Like, I'm going through his list, and there's very few movies that you can point out and say that's horrible. Most of his movies are enjoyable to some degree. And to casting Molly Ringwald as Aunt May, I would love to see that. That would be fantastic. She needs to work. Emilio needs to work. Judd Nelson, they all need to work. So, Kevin Feige, you've gotten everybody else on your payroll. Give these guys a job. That would be fantastic. Next up, Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto have officially signed on for a fourth Star Trek movie. News broke right as filming for the third one began, Star Trek Beyond. I'm glad. I'm glad that we live in an age where Robert Downey Jr. and all these guys are like, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to quit it and try to say I'm going to do something else because it never works out. So I'm just glad that they're embracing these roles and giving us more content. I hope the third one's good. I'm slightly nervous because it's directed by Fast and Furious 5 and 6 director. But, it can continue J.J. Abrams' fun that he gave us with the original remakes. Dan?
I'm cool with that. I like the second one a lot more than I thought I would. Yeah, just can we get more Khan back? Because that was cool.
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch. I just watched that today. Cumberbatch is Khan. He kills it
Yeah,
role.
just keep bringing him back for like every show for like maybe like a 5-minute cameo. He gets to kill something and act angry, and then I'm happy.
Mike.
Or just make Benedict Cumberbatch all of your Star Trek villains. Don't have to bring back Khan. Make him that.
Different face on him every time. It's fine.
Yeah, there you go. Make him Borg. Make him Spock from the Mirrorverse, even though that makes no sense. Whatever. Make Benedict Cumberbatch all the villains. Yeah, I need again, like with the Spider-Man thing. Let's see how Star Trek 3 plays out first before I get really excited about Star Trek 4. Star Trek 4, though, there's got to be humpback whales. Just saying.
Well, they keep following the time frame, so 2 was Khan in the remake again. 3 will be some variation of Search for Spock, and then 4 we get the whales, right?
Christopher Lloyd's character will come back. I forget, what was his character, the villain in Star Trek?
I don't even remember, but he was freaking awesome, and yes,
have Cumberbatch come back as that villain.
There you go. He could play Klingon too. Cumberbatch is a Klingon. Cumberbatch could do anything though. I mean, he could play Spock's wife. It would be believable.
Kill for me. Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait and see on the third one to see if I even care about the fact that they've made a fourth one. I'm probably the one that I'm the odd man out. I liked the second one less than I liked the first one. I thought Cumberbatch was great, but it wasn't what I wanted. I want something different. I want them to be original. So if this one's original, then I'll be more excited for the fourth one. I don't want them to go back and rehash those movies. Those were good for what they were. Give me something new. I mean, this is not a tiny universe. It's gigantic. You can create a new race. You can introduce something new. Bring a new language. Surprise me. I mean, it's the 21st century. We've got all this technology. Let's start using it. Let's do something different. Let's be creative. But we'll see. That's enough of my rant.
Simon Pegg actually wrote the third one. From what he's been saying, it sounds like they went with an original story. But Max, nice for you to grace us with your presence. How you doing?
I'm very well, sir. I was deep in the Arkham Knight game, and I didn't see the notice there.
Are you in your bathroom?
No.
Oh, okay. Anyway, we're talking about the casting or the re-signing of Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto for Star Wars 4.
Star Trek 4, you complete and total asshole.
Sorry.
Dude, get off of the show right now. Rondell, nice to have you instead of Jason. That's great.
Thanks.
I'm glad Jason was up to training his own replacement.
So those are Max's thoughts.
Is J.J. Abrams directing the next Star Trek movie?
No, the guy who directed Furious 5 is the director.
Suck. It's gonna suck balls.
Well, let's hope not.
It's going to. It's gonna be terrible. I'm not excited at all
Fast
for this.
5 fun, so we'll get a popcorn flick.
No. The Fast movie sucked. I don't know. Like it's one of the worst ones, and it makes the most money. I don't get it.
No. Fast 5, Max. Your favorite one. He did 5.
That's not my favorite one. The first one's my favorite one. Fast 5 is just a reasonable facsimile of a movie.
Okay. Well, anyway, he did 5, not whatever one we're on now. 7.
Okay. Well, either way, fuck that guy. It's gonna suck.
And Max makes an entrance.
Yep, I can't even remember who I've gone to yet. I've talked to everybody, right? Rondell, what are your thoughts on the casting?
I honestly don't care. I'll wait and see. I actually still haven't seen any of the new ones, so
You haven't seen the new ones?
I'm kind of.
Oh man, I found out what we could do.
I love how we cover the whole spectrum here. Max is vehemently like, "Oh God, that's gonna suck! Fuck everything!" And then we get to Ron and he's like, whatever.
Yeah, we're all excited. Max. Well, of course, Max is gonna make his grand entrance. He's got to. You got any thoughts, Max, on Spider-Man being influenced by John Hughes, the new Spider-Man movie?
I mean, is Spider-Man gonna fucking pump his fist in the air at the end of the movie? We'll see how it goes. No, I mean that's fine. Whatever. I mean, I want something new. Don't want another. And again, we're not getting an origin story, so we'll wait and see. I guess John Hughes is cool. I mean, Ferris Bueller's Day Off is cool. Uncle Buck was cool.
Weird Science.
Weird Science, Home Alone.
Weird Science. Fine, fuck some Home Alone, but
Being himself a sidekick.
All right, moving on to a story that pissed me off when I saw it, and I ranted on our Facebook page. Mike saw it. I think he commented on it. Michael Bay is in talks to produce a remake to The Birds, the Alfred Hitchcock classic. So what you're going to get is a lot of naked underage women and a bunch of explosions and a horrible plot. And Mike, what am I leaving out?
All I'm gonna say is this movie already exists. It's called Birdemic, and it has a sequel too, called Birdemic 2. You want explosions and birds? That's the movie for you. And I guarantee you, you're gonna have way more fun at that movie than you will with anything Michael Bay produces with regards to a remake of a classic. Like, here's the whole thing. I hated his Elm Street remake. Jackie Earle Haley, Rorschach as Freddy was okay, but the rest of that sucked, man. But the Transformers, I do kind of shut off my brain for that. But with the birds, there's a certain amount of suspense and tension and atmosphere in that movie that I'm just dreading that Platinum Dunes is gonna totally blast out of the water. Like, that style is not gonna. Why do we need? Yeah, it's gonna be like, why do we need remakes of these classics now anymore? It's on my whole remake thing. It's one thing if it's like a franchise. It's another thing completely if it's like this classic movie that, has stood the test of time up until now where we've run out of ideas. But yeah, go watch Birdemic instead. It's funnier.
Dan, you're a Hitchcock guy.
Okay, remember in like the late 90s or the early 2000s when they had the bright idea to remake Psycho, like shot for shot with different actors, and it still sucked? That this is going to be a different version of that with shit blowing up. There's two scenes I really want to see, and I will go see this movie to watch the train wreck it's going to be. But there's a part where they try to make a phone call and the birds are like hitting the sides of the thing. I can't wait to see those birds like blow up and like an oil tanker go driving by, kablam! And there's the one part where they go and try to find the farmer and they realize he's had his eyes pecked out. Except he's going to be on fire and screaming and like running through the house. Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm going to watch that.
And knowing that it's going to be Ken Jeong as the guy with his eyes pecked out, and so he'll be hamming it up. He'll still be alive and being like, "Oh yeah, bitch, I'm on fire. My eyes are pecked out by the motherfucking birds."
And then all the birds are going to like form into this mega bird. And it's gonna like fly over the farmhouse. Yeah, cool. I'm then Naomi Watts kills the mega bird with the Allspark because the Allspark's there because it's all a shared universe. Yeah, and then turtles just go get some pizza. The end.
Oh, you got Megan Fox taking over the Tippi Hedren role. I'm sure that's gonna happen, right? Philip, your thoughts?
No.
You look tired. You look cranky.
No, that just idea just made me cranky. Her in the main, no, God no.
That's what's gonna happen. She's in everything he does.
Yeah, I should have sent you that other photo that I found, which is basically I star crappy actors so I can keep making movies I want to make, and I star actresses so I can try and sleep with them. That was literally the picture they found, but yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think. One, I don't even understand who chose him for this, or did he choose this, and why? Because, like, it'd be different if this were, like, an action movie and he was remaking an action movie. That at least makes sense. Like, if you go back in his career, you can kind of say, oh, he actually attempted to make good action movies at one point.
It's his production company, I feel. Like, he's been doing some remakes for a while. Like I said, there was Nightmare, and then he's been doing some Friday the 13th stuff as well. Like the new 13 and Texas Chainsaw, but it's just like, yeah, it's his production company. I'm sure he's the one who's like out there being like, let's get this property, let's get this property, let's get the turtles under our thumb. Sure.
Yeah, but at least my turtles, whatever, kind of makes sense. The horror movies, okay, makes sense. This is so different and sacred and amazing and still good today, like you all said. Like the original Psycho still lives up today. The original, all those movies were so well made that you can rewatch them even now, even though you might complain, oh, it's in black and white if you're younger. If you sit down through it, it's okay. It's actually really interesting. It's kind of exciting. I don't know what they're gonna do with this. This just seems stupid to me. I don't know. I agree with Dan. I think it's gonna be a total train wreck. But if they make birds explode on impact, this might actually be fun. Because then they'll have a ton of money. So it'll be Birdemic, the best possible version you could have, Mike.
He's gonna also, after this, he's gonna remake Rear Window and Vertigo.
It's called Disturbia. Hello, and it already had Shia LaBeouf in it.
Jesus.
Really, he's doing Vertigo too? Oh, that sucks.
Max, any thoughts?
Yeah, I wrote Michael Bay off, and pardon my language, everybody. It's about to get super racial in here. I wrote Michael Bay off after the nigger bots in whatever Transformers movie those were in. I was done. I was like, there's nothing you can do to make up for that, and it's just, it was over. So anything Michael Bay does, I'm just officially not gonna watch. And it's just like, what's the point? This guy sucks. I mean, like time and time again, he sucks. And on top of that, you're gonna throw in like the most racist thing since the crows in Dumbo. So like, yeah, I'm just done. I mean, tits and explosion are not bacon. They don't make everything better. So I mean, I just don't see why anyone would go watch any of these movies. I mean, like Birds and that kind of movie, Psycho, all those movies are classics. They changed the game when they were made, but you can't go and recapture any of that. Like, it's because they were made when they were, how they were, that they're so good and they're so iconic, and you can rewatch them because you're taking yourself back to that. But if you remake it, it takes all of the history and the magic away. Like, it's just a cheap knockoff, and there's no point in watching it.
Max, that was a very deep and well thought out argument. Like, seriously, good job.
Hashtag Max is a social justice, whatever the W stands for.
Oh man, this is fun.
have a question
Moving
now.
on, we have a title for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and it is pretty simple. It is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. That was press released yesterday, I believe. It's one of those stories. It's not news, but it's news. What's Max?
Why did they make it Volume 2? Like, why not just make it Guardians of the Galaxy 2? Did they call the first one Volume 1?
No, they'll probably do it now.
But it's a play off of the mixtape.
Yeah.
Remember at the end you see the mixtape Volume 2,
yeah.
and that's the hint for the next one.
Oh, see, that makes more sense. Thank you for explaining it to me, Philip.
It's still stupid.
I agree. I think 2 would have just been fine.
Yeah. They should have put Volume 2 like on the DVD or the Blu-ray or whatever the fuck. That would have been cool. Looks like a cassette tape and yada yada. But whatever. Fuck them. That's fine.
Rondell, your thoughts on the title of Guardians of the Galaxy? The news, it's not really news.
Simply 2 would suffice. Like, yeah. Volume 2 is going to be a soundtrack. You don't need to make a movie then.
Dan, any thoughts?
If they make it anything like the first one, which I thought was great, I really don't give a shit what it's called.
Mike, anything?
Yeah, sure. I'm with Dan. It's just make it entertaining. You could call it Guardians of the Galaxy I Am Groot, and I'll enjoy it. What I really want to know is
better.
We got a talking raccoon on the team. When are we gonna bring the Raptor squad on there now?
I could get Max on a rant. Oh, speaking of rants and Max, I got one. Max. So it was just announced that for Gotham season 2, they're gonna start to delve into Bruce Wayne's multiple personalities. What do you think?
Oh God, it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be terrible. Excuse me, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Hold on. No, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, Max had to go throw up. Mike, any thoughts on that news?
Multiple personalities, huh?
Yeah, it's Batman persona. And it said multiple personas.
That's not how that works. They know that, right?
That they probably do not.
Okay, because
Max.
yeah, alter ego and dissociative identity disorder are completely different, I think.
Yeah.
No, he totally thinks he's Bruce Wayne and he's Batman, and they're two separate people. I fucking hate that show. Oh my god. I feel like everything we've talked about today I've been shitting all over, but wow, that show really fucking blows. I saw Jada Pinkett on some talk show the other day. I think it was The View. And she was talking about being on Gotham, and I was like, you were the worst part of a shitty show. Like, why are you even on this talk show right now? She should be, like, in her house, secluded in shame. Or she should have to, like, walk from L.A. to friggin', I don't know, San Diego with someone ringing a bell behind her saying, shame, shame, shame.
You know what's funny? If you go back and watch our review of Gotham, I think it was last September, we did a show. Me and Philip were both like, after the first episode, like, we're going to watch the show. We both bailed after episode 2. Max finished the season.
And you know what? I'm probably going to watch season 2 also. Fuck them. Fuck them in their stupid asses.
I watched the whole first season.
Dan?
I had to watch the whole first season. Yeah.
Yeah, it just kept going down. and Max, I didn't stop you because I wanted to see your rant in toto there, but she wasn't the worst part of the show. She was a very bad part of the show. The worst part is the writers.
Okay. I mean, arguably the worst part of the show because she took shitty writing and made it even worse. I mean, the writers thought they were bad, and then Jada was like, nope, I can bring it down one whole notch.
So is she going to be one of the alter egos of Bruce Wayne now? like the whole first season was like all in his head and all the characters. It's going to be like what the hell is it called? That one flick, Identity.
Yeah, Identity.
Yeah, sorry if you never saw that, it just ruined it for you. But yeah.
Fish Mooney was a figment of his imagination.
yeah. Fish Mooney is his id. There you go.
And they never even shared a scene together, so that makes even more sense.
Mike, any thoughts? Did I talk to you? I think I already talked to you, didn't I? All right, so
I got nothing to say. Yeah.
Moving on to more bad news. Terminator has been getting trashed in the reviews, and it was announced that they've got 2 more sequels coming and a television series. And the reason for them giving us Diary of the Terminator is because the rights go back to James Cameron in 2019. So they're trying to get as much out and make money before he gets it back. And poor James Cameron, like, he gave them a nice, pretty franchise, and then they're returning it all broken, dirty, and scratched up. Max rant.
I mean, how dare you? How dare you? The great James Cameron blessed you with this movie, this franchise, and you assholes, you took it and you raped it, and you kicked it, and you spit on it, and you threw it in the dirt. But that's okay. 2019 James Cameron gets it back. Hopefully he's going to have another innovative freaking, I don't even know what you call it, when his brain explodes with movie awesome. Yeah, you know, I'll just wait. Like, we'll suffer through. I'm not going to go watch Genesis. I'm not going to go watch any of that other bull crap that they're coming out with. The TV show, definitely not watching. I didn't watch the Sarah Connor Chronicles, and I don't intend on watching whatever the fuck else they come out with. Yeah, you know, it's just, you know, we'll just deal with the shitty shit until James Cameron makes another movie. That's how we've always done. That's how we will continue to do until James Cameron dies, and then we all kill ourselves out of, you know, regret and remorse.
Philip?
Yeah, I don't think I can quite top Max's rant. Yeah, I don't know. I guess they're just grabbing at money. I mean, I'm going to be interested to see how this movie does. Because if it tanks, I really would love to see if they actually go through and make those movies and make that TV show. Because that would just be hilarious to watch somebody just burn through money of going, please, this has got to make us money at some point. I don't know. This just seems silly, especially if the reviews aren't very good. The last one wasn't very good. They seem to be running out of ideas. And I don't know. I mean, at this point, I just want to get away from Terminator and kind of give it a break, and maybe somebody can reinvigorate it. I don't know if James Cameron can at this point, but maybe he can. I mean,
Do you feel like the people who own Terminator right now are like that 83-year-old dude in Vegas at the slot machine, just keeps on putting money in and keeps on feeding it and pulling the crank, and then as soon as he gets the fuck up, that's when James Cameron sits down and hits that jackpot, baby.
It's gotta hit sometime, Sonny. Yeah.
that's a good analogy there, Max. That sounds perfect. Yeah, we'll see.
That's what it sounds like. Dan?
At first, I would like to point out that Jason's diarrhea of a Terminator wasn't just a witty phrase. That's actually the working title of their next movie. Yeah, I still kind of want to see Genesis because I expect it's just going to be like shitball crazy, and that's fine. But yeah, I watched all of the Sarah Connor Chronicles, and it started out strong, just like the Terminator franchise, and then it just kind of petered out there, like really sad. Yeah, whatever. It's just like every other franchise; it just dies.
Mike?
Yeah, I'm with Dan. I'll just go see Genesis just because it looks like it's just that batshit. But if you got the rights to it, I guess flex them, get as much money as you can out of the milk or the cow before it dries up. I don't know if Cameron will do anything with it. He seems hell-bent on these Avatar sequels he's been talking about for how many years now. But all I'm begging is if they got to do something with it, can we get away from the time travel, maybe? Because I'm just tired of it. I mean, I know that's an integral part of a lot of the movies, but let's try something different. There's
Mike,
crossovers and, yeah.
I'm here from the future to tell you that it never happens. It's always time travel.
I mean, we've got crossovers in comics. Can't we get RoboCop teamed up with them or something? I don't know. Do something. Do something crazy like that.
We did that in the mid-'90s. It was a decent video game.
Yeah, Aliens versus Predator versus RoboCop versus Terminator, and then throw in Ben Affleck's Batman for shits and giggles. Who cares?
Any thoughts on the Terminator franchise?
Somebody just got the greatest idea for a student film ever.
You got to throw in Chris Pratt in his Jurassic World role. I can't remember what the guy's name is. Owen or something?
Star-Lord?
But the CGI Raptors are just too hard to make.
Nah, man. You got to have the Raptor Squad. Chris Pratt on a motorcycle with a
It's gonna be like
Winchester
Paper
rifle.
Mache Raptors, like slowly moving.
And who owns
With a
the
Winchester
Terminator?
rifle, I am going to fight dinosaurs.
Chris Pratt comes back as a Terminator Predator hybrid, fighting a Raptor Xenomorph that's also a T-1000. There we go.
But it's also
Mike's-
his dog.
Mike
With that
Sci-Fi
face,
just
we're
thought I
fine.
want that idea. Mike's gonna be rich. You sell that. So yeah, if you want to make if you want to milk the Terminator franchise for everything it has, make some direct-to-DVD sequels. Get Jean-Claude Van Damme in there. Have Arnold versus Van Damme in a Universal Soldier and Terminator crossover, or a Cyborg Terminator cross. Just pump these movies out. Get freaking Peter Weller back to play Robo.
Jason, shut up, dude. Shut up. You are giving away gold for free right now.
You're just giving Uli Lamel his next like 5 movies. Good job.
I mean, Van
Oh
Damme's
my
making
goodness,
$1 million
that is
a
amazing.
picture doing direct-to-DVDs, so let's make some Terminator direct-to-DVD movies. Let's do it.
Why aren't we rich?
I like Mike's
We just
idea.
talk about this and we don't film it.
Speaking of, if you're watching us live, send in comments, questions, anything. We like to talk. Obviously, we like to hear ourselves speak a lot and complain and do fun stuff. Oh, speaking of complaining, Sports Nerds, guys, Max, Philip, bravo. Great episode this week. I was laughing my ass off on the couch.
So why are you speaking of complaining?
I just thought of that. I just wanted to let you know that.
Okay, sorry. Interesting.
Very
segue.
well done.
Pink bunnies and what's going on with the new Terminator movie?
I don't know what like half of the topics had to do with sports, but it was great. Anyway, that's
Oh yeah. Any of you guys interested in? Oh, Philip, you're already in. But the Sports Nerds Fantasy Football League. Any of you guys down for that?
sure.
Oh,
I'll lose.
definitely. I'm always down for
All right.
fantasy
Jason's
football.
in. Rondell, you in?
Yeah.
I'll just
Okay.
randomly like circle things on a paper if you like.
It's all on the computer. You don't even need paper.
Huh.
I just
Sure.
randomly click.
All right, cool. Yeah, sorry. No, we just got on the Sports Nerds topic, and I wanted to ask you guys about that. So there we go.
Philip, video games. What do we got besides the Batman Arkham Knight is awesome? I had to go buy it after Mike's review last week.
That is pretty much it. I mean, everything else that's kind of out this week is nothing really worth talking about. We've got J-Star's Victory Versus, which is a fighting game. Then you've got, I'm just not going to go there. There's nothing really
Not
that
my
interesting.
J-Stars, sir. It's a happy thing.
Wait, if you would love to rant, or not rant, but talk about it happily, Dan, I'll pass off on the. 'Cause
Actually, I just saw the title in the store, but if it's like the old Shonen Jump games for the DS, then it should be pretty cool. They just kind of mash in a whole bunch of guys and have them beat the shit out of each other. Good stuff.
Basically, yep, that's what it's based on. And then you've got Baz Blue Chrono Phantasma Extend.
Is that
I'll
Blaze
have her
Blue?
title.
Blaze Blue.
Oh,
Yeah.
Blaze Blue. Sorry, buddy. But Chrono Phantasma Extend, because that helps.
Yeah, dude, they're doing that Dragon Ball Z thing. It's about to be like Tenkaichi Sodukan Budokai 4.
Basically, what they do is they make the Blaze Blue saga. They make the vanilla game, right? Then they have like some downloadable characters. Then they usually add those downloadable characters into the next release. So they already came out with Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma, and now it's Chrono Phantasma Extend. It's like
Tenkaichi
continuous
4.
Extend. Yes. So yeah, it's pretty much going into the whole thing there, Max.
So now that we're on this, I just got to read this title since this is just Hyper Dimension Neptunia Rebirth 3 V Century.
Don't you talk bad about my Nep, sir.
One more time?
You know what
Yeah,
we're
read
talking
the whole thing?
Guys,
Hyper-
breaking news: Michael Bay just bought the rights to that game.
Alright. You know what that means? That means that every like disc of that game is gonna explode in your console.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
But anyway,
again,
read that title off one more time.
Hyper Dimension Neptunia Rebirth 3 V Century. Apparently, it's a
That's
PlayStation.
long way to go
Vita
for a
title.
Guitar Hero title.
That's awesome. I like it.
All right.
Yeah, other than Batman Arkham, which is what you should be playing, I think that's why most of these games are very small or more obscure titles, because they know everyone's going to be obsessed with Arkham right now.
Arkham's kind of a fluke. They don't usually release big games except for sports titles in the summer. They
This
usually
is true.
in November.
Yeah, no, you're correct, sir. Usually the summer is like dead zone for video games normally, but I think it's starting to expand more and more every year, so we'll see. See
Well,
what
it was-
happens next year.
It was delayed for a while, wasn't it? It was supposed to originally come out Christmas?
Yeah, it was supposed to come out
Yeah, it
last
got pushed
fall.
back 6 months.
Yeah, so.
Which you can see Max's rant on that on one of our episodes from November. It's fun.
Yeah, it was terrible. I remember the stats said. Actually, no, I wasn't too sad about it because I didn't have to buy an Xbox One until now, when I bought an Xbox One, so I could play this game.
Awesome. Max, comic books? Anything?
Yeah, the Batman Arkham Knight game came out. I don't know if you guys heard, but fuck reading some comic books. Go buy a PS4 or an Xbox One and play this fucking game.
Oh,
What's
already
wrong
beat
with
it.
you?
Already beat it, 100%. Fun shit.
Are you serious? I never get
Yeah.
to 100%. I go to 92, and that's
Riddler-
not as much as I can stand.
Riddler trophies are a bitch, man.
I know. No, I don't even get to 92. I get to 82, and I call it a day.
All right, well, let's get to our topic for tonight. This will be really quick. Just, guys, what's your favorite John Hughes movie? Mike, go first.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up. I like Ferris Bueller and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles quite a bit. Those would have to be two of my faves. I have to disagree with you about John Hughes' repertoire of films. The ones he directed, oh, I forgot Weird Science, too. The ones he directed were pretty good. The ones he wrote, though, those were some crappy quality movies as he got later in his career. Flubber, Home Alone 3, you know, good fare like that. But I'd have to say for his all-encapsulating movie career, Ferris Bueller's Day Off is my favorite.
Max.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Mike. Flubber was terrible.
Yeah.
And
The ones later in his career were pretty bad.
You guys don't know about Home Alone 4, where it's actually Macaulay Culkin reprises his role as Kevin, and it's just him by himself eating Fruit Loops on the couch. Yeah, that was limited release, that one, so but it was pretty bad. No, Ferris Bueller's Day Off is my favorite John Hughes movie. I like Uncle Buck, Weird Science. I'm not a fan of the Home Alone movies, but you know, they did like change the game. You know, I guess people felt a lot better about leaving their kids by themselves after that movie.
Where's our gritty remake of those movies? Forget the birds.
Right.
Remake it with Kevin McAllister being the sociopathic kid who actually inflicts
But
torture.
he is.
Saw-like
Those movies are
torture.
already
Yeah.
fucked up.
Except don't make them funny. Make it, like, really scary. You feel bad for the wet bandits.
He's just like bleeding all over themselves. He's like cutting them as they crawl away.
And let Joe Pesci swear.
Yeah. Come on, Michael Bay. Get your priorities straight.
No, I would definitely go watch the Michael Bay remake of Home Alone.
This Christmas, Kevin will be left alone.
The
house
blows up at the end.
Starring Megan Fox as Kevin's mom.
Oh, that's awesome.
Max's racist Transformers will be the wet bandits.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
they will be the wet bandits, even though they can't read, so they wouldn't know which dress to go to.
Oh God.
Dan, your favorite John Hughes movies?
I'd have to go with The Breakfast Club. Narrowly edging out Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
He's written so many. Home Alone, Home Alone 2, Dutch with Ed O'Neill.
Oh shit! Is that on there?
Yeah, Christmas Vacation.
Dutch
Great
is second,
Outdoors,
then.
Planes, Trains, Automobiles, Ferris Bueller, Pretty in Pink, European Vacation, Weird Science, Breakfast Club, Mr. Mom, Vacation. The guy has a freaking resume. But for me, John Candy is always going to be one of my favorite comedic actors, so it's definitely Uncle Buck or Planes, Trains. Like, they're pretty much side by side on my list.
Yeah, I've never seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I just watched it for the first time like 6 months ago. It's funny.
Was your hand
And it
between
made it
two
to number
pillows?
2.
What's that, Mike?
Was your hand between two pillows while you were watching it?
Yes.
Ah.
Rondell, your favorite John Hughes movie?
I gotta go with Weird Science. Yeah, whenever it came on, I stopped whatever I was doing. I had to finish watching.
Michael Bay just decided to remake all of John Hughes' movies, starting with Home Alone, then moving on to Planes, Trains, moving on to Weird Science. Did you imagine that remake, Weird Science? I left Max speechless. Look at that. He has nothing to say.
I mean,
I just don't know what Michael Bay could do to it. It's already like zany and explosions and stuff like that, like for no reason.
he already
There's
made.
no-
Oh, sorry. He already did Weird Science. It was that one chick in the second Transformers who was a robot.
Yep, there it is.
There
Bam.
you go.
Actually, I think Michael Bay's version of Weird Science would be more like My Science Project, if you've ever seen that.
I have not.
No? Okay, sorry guys.
Is it like a 30-minute video of Megan Fox washing a car with explosions going off?
No, it's more like a same budget retelling of Weird Science by somebody else. It's like, you know, when two movies come out at the same time, like you get The Matrix and The 13th Floor. It's kind of like that.
13th floor sucked.
Yeah, see?
You leave Mr. Craig Bierko out of this, Max. He was in the 13th floor. Sorry, dead air.
Max, do you want to shout out a sponsor or say something about where you like to shop?
No, someone else is supposed to say something about GoGameIsland.com and how awesome it is. I always talk about how much I love BGMX.com and GoGameIsland.com because I hate wearing pants and I don't have to leave my living room. But someone else should talk about it because everybody knows how much I love Game Island. I love it so much that I started working there. So I don't know what else I could say. I mean, Mike, I'm sure, has gone to GoGameIsland.com just because he doesn't live in Columbus, and that's the only option he's got.
I go to my mall regularly and harass them about why they don't have one.
You see, there's a public outcry for Game Island.
Oh, man. Thank you for watching. My name is Jay, Max, Philip, Dan, Rondell. Check out Mike at youtube.com/Mike McGTV. Lots of fun stuff. Till next Friday or Tuesday, whatever day we do this. Have a good night.